I'm still standing taller than I've ever been.
What if I told you Diddy's $1 million attorney just pulled a legal stunt so risky it could either save his legacy or destroy everything? With his empire on the line and shocking allegations piling up, the music mogul isn't just fighting for freedom, he's battling for his name, his business, and maybe even his life. What his legal team did next left court insiders stunned. Was it a desperate move or a calculated masterstroke? You're about to find out. This is the full breakdown of how Diddy's legal defense just took a wild turn.
Usher, how you been, man? I've been seeing you so long.
How much did we drink?
Sean Diddy Combs isn't just a rapper, he's an empire. Bad Boy Records, Ciroc Vodka, Revolt TV, all under fire as federal authorities investigate allegations spanning decades. But this isn't just about business. Behind the scenes, insiders whisper about secret parties, NDAs, and alleged cover-ups. With the trial date fast approaching, the courtroom isn't the only battlefield. It's the court of public opinion that may prove deadlier. His attorney, under pressure to perform a legal miracle, and the world, watching every move like it's a high-stakes Netflix series.
50 came up here and he was giving you flack for the asking Fab the parties. They said you were sounding real suspect on the interview.
Yeah. I was coming off of being in Miami a night of party, and I don't really remember what I was saying. You know?
When the documents were unsealed, jaws dropped. Multiple women stepped forward, detailing graphic stories involving coercion, manipulation, and abuse, and all allegedly linked back to the mogul himself. Media outlets jumped on the story, dissecting every accusation line by line. Fans were split. Was this a smear campaign or long overdue justice? Diddy's attorney immediately called the claims baseless and defamatory. But behind the legal jargon is a rising storm, one that could destroy reputations overnight. Meanwhile, social media went into overdrive, and the court of public opinion began delivering its own verdicts.
Next tonight here, new and disturbing accusations against Sean Diddy Combs. A Texas attorney tonight says he now represents 120 alleged victims, men and women, whose allegations span more than 30 years.
Just when it looked like the prosecution had the upper hand, Diddy's attorney shocked the court with a bombshell defense. Everything, the parties, the relationships, even the alleged abuse, was consensual. He painted the picture of a hypersexual, celebrity-driven lifestyle, but nothing criminal. It was bold, risky, and maybe brilliant. Legal pundits lit up the internet, calling it a high-wire act with no safety net. But in the age of the Me Too, would this narrative hold up? Or would it be seen as victim-blaming in disguise? As the trial looms, prosecutors introduce a new term, freak-offs. Allegedly, these were orchestrated events where Diddy coerced individuals into explicit acts. His legal team argues these were consensual gatherings within a swinger lifestyle. However, the court's decision to admit this evidence adds a complex layer to the case, challenging the defense's narrative and intensifying public scrutiny.
1, 2, 3. I'm not lying. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Really nice meeting you.
A pivotal moment arises with the court's decision to admit a 2016 surveillance video allegedly showing Diddy assaulting ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. The defense contests its relevance and authenticity, but the judge deems it admissible. This footage could significantly influence the jury's perception, linking past behavior to current allegations and potentially undermining the defense's claims of consensual conduct.
Let's start with you. It looks like court is going to start next month, that trial, despite that request of a pushback from Diddy and his defense team. What more do we know about what happens next?
In a surprising turn, Diddy's legal team hints at a defense strategy centered around his mental capacity during the alleged incidents. They suggest diminished mental state may have influenced his actions, aiming to mitigate culpability. Prosecutors challenge this, arguing it lacks substantiation. This approach introduces a psychological dimension to the trial, potentially complicating the jury's deliberations.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you.
To truly understand Diddy's defense, you need to understand the world he lived in. Private jets, after parties that started at 2 a.m. Allegedly, behind the velvet rope, there were no rules, only power, money, and loyalty. His legal team is using this backdrop to argue that the lines between right and wrong were blurred in the name of celebrity culture. But prosecutors say that what happened wasn't luxury. It was exploitation masked as opulence. This case could change how celebrity behavior is judged in court forever.
That's the baby boy, go baby. That's my baby boy, go baby. That's my baby boy, go baby. We can do this. Shout out to all the fathers. That's the baby boy, go baby. That's my baby boy.
While Diddy battles in court, the ripple effects hit his business empire. Revolt TV, the media company he co-founded, faces an internal reckoning. Multiple execs have resigned, sponsors pulled out, and social media is buzzing with calls for boycotts. Some employees speak out, claiming they were silenced. Others defend him, calling it cancel culture at its worst. The network now walks a tightrope, distance itself from its founder or collapse under public pressure. Whatever the outcome in court, Diddy's business legacy is already under threat.
Do a twist.
All right.
Does
there's a twist
does J-Lo fart smell like strawberries?
Oh, this is definitely a twist. You twisted to the left.
Keep it real. Just keep it real.
Niggas wanna know.
She never farted around me.
Damn.
3 years, she
Damn.
never farted around me.
In the wake of these explosive charges, celebrities are choosing sides or staying silent. Some, like 50 Cent, take public shots at Diddy on Instagram. Others, like Mary J. Blige and Jay-Z, have yet to comment. That silence is deafening. Is it fear, loyalty, or legal caution? Industry insiders say the A-list is watching how the case unfolds before making moves. But for a man once known for throwing the biggest parties in Hollywood, the guest list just got a lot shorter.
Yeah, you're not gonna believe this, but I just got a call and...
Then came the leak. An audio clip surfaced, allegedly of Diddy arguing with a former associate, recorded without his knowledge. The language is aggressive, the tone chilling. While not officially verified in court, it's already gone viral and influenced public opinion. Diddy's legal team calls it out of context. But context doesn't always matter in the court of social media. The recording has over 5 million views in 24 hours, sparking debates across platforms about toxic power dynamics and control. Even if the jury never hears it, the public already has, and that may be just as damaging.
Fucking run for me. You already knew the type of nigga I am before you got here. Yes, don't play. Relax and
Dozens of NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, have surfaced in connection with Diddy's inner circle. His attorney insists they were standard procedure for protecting privacy in celebrity settings. But prosecutors argue they were tools to silence victims. One former employee described them as golden gags, money in exchange for silence. As investigators dig deeper, the NDAs themselves become evidence of potential coercion. Legal experts are now questioning, were these documents contracts of privacy or contracts of fear?
I invite you to all my parties, you just haven't seemed to show up.
I could think of you of starting a party.
Luxury jets, endless champagne, and exotic locations. That was the lifestyle Diddy flaunted. But now, the same lavish trips are under scrutiny. Prosecutors claim private jets were used to traffic individuals across state lines, triggering federal jurisdiction. The defense denies this and calls it sensationalism. But leaked flight logs, receipts, and passenger lists are starting to paint a much darker picture. If true, what looked like flexing on social media may have been logistical evidence of a criminal operation. The real twist: some of Diddy's former friends and bodyguards are now turning against him. Once loyal allies are cooperating with investigators, and their stories are consistent. They describe wild parties, drugs, control tactics, and hush money. Diddy's camp says they're disgruntled ex-employees with an axe to grind. But one thing's clear, the number of insiders flipping sides is growing, and each adds pressure to an already explosive case. It's betrayal at the highest level, and it could be the nail in the coffin.
He would do a lot of foul shit, like behind the scenes he would do some foul shit, like hating on, like doing things with people I'd done business with that he done business with. He would say shit that I was like, he said that to you?
Right.
I was like, yeah, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and niggas don't know what they like till they see somebody with it. So they want the girls after you're done with them and shit.
Yeah, leftovers.
Yeah.
You take your leftovers. A lot of niggas have more leftovers.
The internet has already made up its mind. Thousands of TikToks, Reddit threads, and YouTube videos paint Diddy as guilty before the trial even starts. But in court, only the facts matter. His attorney warns that this trial by internet could undermine due process. Still, the damage is done. Public perception influences jurors whether we admit it or not. The real challenge now isn't just fighting charges, it's fighting a viral story that grows bigger by the day.
We've handled over the last 25 years some very big and very important cases. I believe that this one may surpass them all. There are many facets to this. The conduct we will describe today.
With just days left before the trial begins, the energy is electric, the court calendar is locked, witnesses are being flown in, and Diddy's attorney, working around the clock. Sources say jury selection will be crucial, with both sides scanning potential jurors' social media histories for bias. Reporters are already camping outside the courthouse. Fans and protesters alike are expected to show up in droves. It's no longer just a legal trial, it's a cultural moment. One that could shift the music industry's power dynamics forever. In a strange twist, the prosecution announced that one of the hard drives submitted as evidence is missing, gone without a trace. It reportedly contained messages, videos, and documents tied to one of the most explosive allegations. Diddy's attorney is furious, saying this proves the investigation is sloppy and biased. The prosecution accuses Diddy's team of delaying tactics and cover-ups. Now, everyone's wondering, was this lost by accident, or was it an inside job to bury the truth? Multiple sources have leaked that Diddy's team offered quiet settlements to alleged victims, reportedly worth millions. Some accepted, others refused and chose to go public. The legal strategy here is murky. Was it damage control or an admission of guilt? The attorney argues it's standard in civil suits, but critics say it shows he's trying to silence the truth. These settlements may not legally mean guilt, but they definitely send a signal, and that's exactly what prosecutors are trying to exploit. In a highly orchestrated video posted to Instagram, Diddy finally broke his silence, calm, controlled. He called the allegations false and offensive and said the media is spinning lies. His attorney stood behind him, literally and legally. But the internet split in two. Some called it damage control, others saw a man unfairly targeted. The video racked up over 30 million views in 24 hours. But did it help his case or hurt it? In a bold legal maneuver, Diddy's attorney requested to have the trial moved to a different jurisdiction, claiming that the media saturation in New York makes a fair trial impossible. It's a last-minute Hail Mary, and one that could delay proceedings for months. If granted, it gives the defense time to regroup. If denied, trial begins immediately. The courtroom was tense. The judge's decision could change everything. One move, one ruling, and Diddy's fate will either be bought time or sealed. The clock is almost out, jury selection is complete, cameras are being installed in the courtroom, protesters are already setting up outside. Diddy's empire hangs in the balance. Music, brands, reputation. His attorney remains defiant, claiming, "We will prove his innocence." But the witnesses are ready, the evidence is locked in. And the public, watching like never before. What began as rumors is now one of the most anticipated celebrity trials in American history. Whether he walks free or falls, one thing is clear, this is no longer just about Diddy. It's about power, silence, and who gets to break the rules.